How does it look to you? How does it feel? So this is OnePlus 10 Pro with latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, Hasselblad 2.0 camera, 80 watt fast charging and 2K 120Hz AMOLED display. But hold on, do you know what's special in it? So this is the first time OnePlus has launched the Chinese variant before the global variant, and this is the first time OnePlus design is not inspired by Oppo, and this is the first time OnePlus 10 Pro will run globally ColorOS backed Oxygen OS. Lots of first time. This is the OnePlus 10 Pro. You get the phone, not inspired by anything. One really interesting thing, this OnePlus box is so big, and if you see, see, the Nord box is much smaller and this is OnePlus box. Purposely, you have a bigger box in OnePlus. It gives you the feeling that you have bought something big. Of course, you get never settle stickers, paperwork, SIM ejector tool, and you get a pastel green or blue case, and you get a Type A to Type C cable, and you have 80 watt Super VOOC charge. It's not warp, it's Super VOOC. And it's not only China, even globally you will have Super VOOC as per OnePlus CEO's tweet. Two important things, this is not a PD charger. Previously with OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9 Pro you get a PD charger, so that helps to fast charge other devices. Even the OnePlus phone doesn't support PD charging, so you cannot fast charge it with other PD chargers. So Super VOOC, and there goes OnePlus branding out of the window. And spoilers, that's not the only thing. Now, build quality is very subjective. Hold on, I'll have answer to that subjective question. Okay, so this is the OnePlus 10 Pro. How does it look to you? How does it feel?
It actually feels quite nice in the hand.
जो ये काफी बड़ा लग रहा है.
So I was looking at some of the pictures, the leaks and rumors out there. A lot of people were saying that it looks like a gas burner.
वैसे build quality premiumness तो है, but ये मजा नहीं आया इसमें. वैसे अच्छा, overall मस्त.
It's one of those things when you hold it in your hand, it does feel premium and it does feel good.
Like I like this portion, like the entire frame is metal and this entire camera island melts into each other. ये देखो बहुत फर्क है.
Like if I see it from a consumer point of view, someone who is buying a phone, they will definitely get a premium experience out of it.
To be honest, the closest it looks like is the S21 Ultra, and I don't like it. The camera island is huge and it's a small phone, but because of the camera bump, it looks huge to me, and that's the problem. I don't like huge phones. Remember when iPhone 12 Pro came and the camera module looked like 3 gas burners? This looks the same, but 4 gas burners. And the fourth one doesn't even do anything. It's a flash and P2D50T. And in case you don't know, it stands for Phone Second Generation Hasselblad Mobile Camera System 50 megapixel triple camera system. Honestly, the OnePlus 10 Pro doesn't resemble an Oppo phone for the first time, and you might like it or not like it. Now what you'd surely like is the 2K 120Hz LTPO 2.0 AMOLED display. And if you hold the phone this way, this is a curved display, but it is semi-curved, and you get a scratch guard on the phone, which is good. But if you see, the curved display has touches, so hopefully accidental touches shouldn't be a problem. And it's an LTPO 2.0 display, which means the display adapts the refresh rate as per your usage, and this is really good for battery life. So good to see that. Now the main thing you all have been waiting for, it has Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, the flagship of the best Android processor with 8GB LPDDR5 RAM and 256GB UFS 3.1 storage. And just to show the heat, see, I have run Antutu once. Now you see it has scored somewhere around 9,95,963, but if you see, the temperature is around 42 degrees. Now I'll turn on performance mode and I'll run Antutu again. So now the score has dropped to 9,74,000, but if you see, the temperature is up to 44.6 degrees. That's hot. And mind you, in Delhi, the temperature is as low as 9 degrees. So I'm waiting to see how it goes in the summer and when it comes to India. Now, you might know OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9 Pro had heating issues, and to maintain that, OnePlus had to throttle the performance. And now, this is very interesting to see. So in terms of graphics, you get extreme or 60 FPS in smooth graphics, and you can go up to Ultra HD, ultra frame rates, which is great. We'll play in HDR extreme graphics. So far I've played like for about 10-15 minutes and the gameplay is really smooth. Like this is HDR. It does get warm over here a bit, but pretty normal. So the only thing to check now is the Hasselblad 2.0 camera. Like remember, OnePlus and Hasselblad moved into a 3-year partnership to improve OnePlus cameras, and previous year we saw there wasn't much improvement in the OnePlus camera, like more or less it was more of a gimmick. But this year I'm really excited because these improvements in R&D start showing effect from the next year. So we took some normal photos and the photos look good, even light, the HDR is good, it's a bit contrasty, which I like, but more importantly I'm interested in human portrait. So I really liked how my hoodie looks in these pictures. The red is a bit poppy but good. Overall I like these photos. However, when I started taking Manu's photos, I see it tries to brighten up his face and his entire face looks soft.
And you get a 48 megapixel f1.8 main sensor which can record up to 8K 24 FPS, but this is 4K 60 FPS, and you can have an idea of the mic quality.
So now you do get an extra 8 megapixel 3.3x telephoto camera, and now let me tape this camera and I'll show you an interesting thing. So now interestingly, in the video mode you can still zoom in, zoom out. Even in the portrait mode you can still zoom in, zoom out. In the photo mode now, when you switch to 3.3x, it now uses the telephoto camera. So you have a very good telephoto camera, but you cannot shoot videos or portrait with it. However, you also have a Hasselblad Pro camera mode, which is very good. You can use all the 3 lenses in the Pro camera mode, which is good for people who like smartphone photography. Now you get a 150-degree ultra wide angle camera, and if I switch to it, you can see by default, the photo is not that wide. So in order to take 150-degree wide angle photos, you have to go here and tap on 150-degree. So now this is a 150-degree photo. And you also have this fish eye mode, which is like someone peeping through your door hole.
Okay, so you get a 32 megapixel front selfie camera, but the photos from the front selfie camera look a bit muted, desaturated. The skin tone was also not accurate. And in terms of videos, you can only record up to 1080p. It should have been 4K because it is a flagship phone.
Now coming to the most controversial part, the OS in the OnePlus 10 Pro. Now this is full on color OS based on Android 12. Previously in China, OnePlus phones used to come with Hydrogen OS, but now OnePlus has replaced Hydrogen OS with color OS. Now the OnePlus CEO announced that globally OnePlus 10 Pro will launch with Oxygen OS 12. So in India, you will get Oxygen OS. Now unpopular opinion, color OS actually brings useful features to Oxygen OS. Like here, this is privacy protection. So if you turn this on, whenever suppose Gmail tries to access my phone data, although it has phone permissions, it will get blank or random data, which is like really cool and secure. Whenever you open an app, it asks whether you want to give it notification permission, but with all these good features come some not so good features. Like bootloader is locked in ColorOS. Gcam doesn't allow you to access wide angle camera and the telephoto camera. And here, when I turned on developer options, it shows a permanent notification and just asks you to turn it off, which is... And again, if you play a 120Hz game, it is locked to 60Hz. You paid for a 120Hz phone. Now, here's my problem. See, personal opinion, eventually all OnePlus phones will get ColorOS. And Oxygen OS itself is now 98% ColorOS, then what's the point of pretending to have Oxygen OS? I'm okay, please bring ColorOS. It's anyways going to happen 1 to 2 years down the line. Let's make things easier for everyone. Again, it's my personal opinion. Let me know what you think on Oxygen OS. For everything else, you don't get IP68 water resistance here. The OnePlus 9 Pro had it and it doesn't exist on the Chinese variant. You do get NFC, wireless charging and all the important sensor. For the first time, OnePlus flagship is coming with a 5000 mAh battery and it is still sleek. So kudos for that. So battery life on this thing is going to be good. You also get 80 watt fast charging, which is enough. And you do get 4G plus carrier aggregation and about 5G bands. We'll know when it comes to India, but for sure it shouldn't be like 2 5G bands or 1 5G bands they gave last time. Now, of course, this OnePlus 10 Pro is the Chinese variant. The camera can be tweaked for India, the OS can be modified to Oxygen OS, and even the pricing can be reduced from the last time. However, if things stay the same as this Chinese variant and the OnePlus 10 Pro is priced at 70,000 in India, At 70,000 makes me wonder, has the camera improved on OnePlus 10 Pro? Is the Oxygen OS on Indian OnePlus 10 Pro any better? Well, that's the question to ask in the Indian variant. And suddenly, OnePlus 9 RT makes much more sense to me now. If you want a OnePlus phone, OnePlus 9 RT seems like a very good deal at 43,000 with Snapdragon 888. Of course, you will be getting ColorOS on that via the update, but you will be paying around 27,000 less than this. Let me know if you want to see the full review of OnePlus 9 RT. We'll surely do it. On that note, this is Prateek signing off. See ya pretty soon. If you're looking for a better camera phone, you can check the S21 FE review over here and pew pew pew.